Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Saxons Shore Let's Play. So we're starting off here with a fresh turn, and it looks like we've got an influx of mercenaries coming our way. So let's see, mercenary pool replenishment will be 45% faster. That's cool. I'd like a discount, but at least we'll be refreshed a little bit quicker. Let's see, so our general appears to have returned home. That's great. He was the one that we kicked out in favor of Hengist because Hengist is marching south. So I might need to appoint him to a different army in here. It may not matter. I actually have an idea for a job for another general that we'll take care of in a second. Looks like one of our villages is done constructing, so there'll be a little bit more growth, which is fantastic. Last episode, we were also able to finally get our hands on some Hearth Guards, so I'm looking forward to testing them in combat whenever we get the chance. It looks like we've lost our ability to trade with the Franks, and that is going to be a real problem, because if I can't trade with them, our relations with them will almost certainly start to falter, just because there's probably going to be a lot more things they disagree with than agree with. But, we'll see. And we've got some population surplus. That will be helpful, but we're waiting for 7 before we can actually do anything with that. So, what is going on with the Franks here? It looks like Flevum fell and was claimed by the Alamans. Great. Well, that is a real problem because, we need to be able to trade with the Franks. So, we'll see if we can sort of motivate them into conquering... Did the Franks disappear? The Franks disappeared. I think they joined with the Alamans. So that is interesting. Are they gone? Yeah, they're gone. They just decided to join up with the Alamans. I'm not sure why. They seem to be doing just fine. They were having a bit of issues at their capital, but they had 3 territories in here. I'm not sure why they did that. It's disappointing, but it did consolidate our allies, which makes things a little bit easier for me. Although our relations with them are deteriorating, so we're going to need to fix that. Right, so we got other stuff to do before we jump into the diplomacy screen. One of which is we're going to march this army further south. Again, our goal is Burdigala there, as well as the other Ebdanian holdings in the south. So, what's going to be our fastest route there, I guess, is the question. If I force march, how far can we get? Actually, along this road we can get pretty far. Let's not go... You know what? We should be relatively safe there, unless they decide to sail and attack us from the sea, which I don't think they could even do here. There's no beaches, but it would be kind of stupid for them to do anyways. Yeah, we're going to force march our way down here, and that puts us probably 2 turns from being able to attack the town, so that works for me. Again, we're not going to keep any of this. We're going to basically raze it all to the ground so that we can do away with the Ebdanians. Also, we kind of need to help out Hispania here because they are currently not doing so great. They don't have an army that can deal with 5 Celtic units there, so that's kind of concerning, actually. So back up here. What I was thinking of doing is raising a force under this guy who had been the leader of that army until recently. And I'm going to send him down to Hispania and basically have him levy Roman cultured troops so that we have access to those as well. And he'll basically just stay there and make sure they don't get conquered, as well as, grab those Roman troops as they... as the ones that we want become available. In the meantime, I don't see anything here that looks like it absolutely needs to get built. Actually, no, we could use some food. We're at -7. This is, an obvious upgrade right there. It is going to hurt our squalor a bit more, but that can't really be helped right now, so we'll take the food. That should help our public order a bit, despite the penalties that we're going to be getting from... that building. So yeah, food is -2, disease is -4. It'll be pretty much a wash, I think. And then up here, there isn't anything for us to build. This is currently under construction and will be done in 4 turns. That will boost our growth a bit more. This province is in a little bit rougher shape because it looks like on the next turn or the turn following that one we'll hit 4 population surplus, but we're waiting for 7 so that we can finally build a sanitation building here. And so we're obviously a long way off there, whereas here we're not that far off. Actually only a few turns. Meanwhile, I don't think there's really that much else for me to do. We can't recruit any more agents. Actually, we can recruit a hero. Let's see. Public order +2 local province. That would be useful. That would be really good in an army. He's a bit old though, so he wouldn't be around for very long. Let's see. Which province? You're at 2, so let's go up to Efferwich here. And I'm going to recruit... Oh, I can't do it up here. That's right. I don't have the requisite buildings. So I'll just do it here. But we're going to recruit Osmond. And we're going to have him boost public order up there as soon as he is able. Whoops, that was the general. I didn't mean to move him. I meant to move you, but you don't have any movement anyways. So next turn we'll send him up there. He'll boost the public order a little bit and keep things from getting worse. And then on the following turn we're going to recruit the other guy. And we'll stick him in one of our armies. I don't remember if heroes count towards the unit cap though, so that might be a problem. But that +3 attack and defense is pretty good, and those guys don't cost any upkeep, so probably worth doing. Let's jump into diplomacy. We can now trade with the Alamans, which I guess is the one bright spot from them merging with the Franks, or the Franks merging with them. We're going to demand a little bit of gold from them. Looks like they're willing to pay me quite a bit for this, actually. 2,300, fantastic. That works. And is that going to turn things around? It's going to keep them where they are, which I guess is about all I can ask for. And we're already military allies with them. I'm pretty sure we already have military access, yeah. So we've taken things about as far as we can with these guys, short of joining forces with them, but we can't do that. We're not the same culture. In the meantime, we probably need to throw some more money at the Caledonians to keep them from breaking away from us. So let's see, that's going to improve things slightly. The Picts are still trending in the right direction, so we don't need to throw any money at them just yet. Let's see, relations with the Utes continue to fall, as well as the Geats, I imagine. Yep, that's going to be ugly. And the Gauls, I'm still not sure what I want to do with the Gauls. Still not sure. They're currently defensive allies with the Abdanians, which doesn't really mean anything. We're already at war with the Abdanians, so if we declare war on these guys, you know, it's not like they can join the war again. And if we're already at war with the Abdanians, so it's not like these guys can join in later. I mean, they can, but they're not going to get pulled in because of that. So the alliance there is kind of irrelevant as far as we're concerned. Alright, well, I don't really see anything else here for us to do. So let's jump into faction politics, and we'll just make sure everything is in order. You're finally ready to become a judge again. That's fantastic, because that public order will be really useful. It'll probably actually make that hero character we just hired irrelevant, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Nobody has any influence? No. You're right where you need to be. Let's see, you're 15. So she's getting almost to the age where we can marry her. And so we'll keep an eye out for somebody worthy of marrying her too, so that we can bring one of these guys in. The only issue we're going to have there is it's going to bump this up even more than we probably want it. But that's just something we're going to have to live with. I'd actually like to be here rather than there. And doing that is going to push it even further in the opposite direction. But anyways, that's going to be our turn, so let's advance and see what the next one brings. Okay, so looks like we got some tuberculosis spreading, and Wine was able to secure his position there. Our trade agreement dissolved. That's interesting. What happened? Did they get conquered, perhaps? I think they did. I think the Romans conquered them. Interesting that the Romans are gaining ground in Africa, but they're hemorrhaging territory in the main part of their empire over here. Yeah, even the Alamans are getting a piece of it down here. Wow. Alright, well, let's ignore that and jump back over here. Have you guys converted yet? I don't think we're going to be too successful there. I'm going to march you. That is the Geats. Are the Geats at war with the Abdanians? No, I'm not sure what their goal is there, to be honest. But let's march you guys across over here. And we'll get as close as we can because the goal is to hit them on the next turn.
You have further orders?
We did, of course, force march there, but they'd be stupid to attack me with... What is this? No, that's a navy. They can't attack me anyways. I don't think they have any significant armies around here, so they'd be stupid to attack me with anything less than a full stack. And if they have one and we don't see it, then that could be a pretty tough battle for us, but otherwise we'll be fine. Meanwhile, back up in the north, you are going to travel across here. Why are the Picts marching around down here? I don't understand. Anyways, you hang out there. That'll boost the public order a little bit. Actually, we need you more down here now. That's interesting. You are going to start marching as far south as you possibly can, because I need you in Hispania. So your goal is to get to here, however you have to do it. And if you get killed, well, I could honestly care less. That's just one less political opponent for us. But anyways, let's see. That's being worked on. I don't think it's wise to upgrade this just yet. And obviously we're not going to open that up yet because we're waiting for this. So nothing really doing there. Over here we have a few more upgrade options, including this wood carver, which isn't really going to give me anything I need other than a little bit more money and the ability to improve my missile units. But I don't really see the benefit in that just yet. Steel forge, not super necessary right now. Food looks to be just fine, so I don't need to upgrade this yet. And that's going to make our squalor really, really bad, so I think I'll wait on that as well. Alright. Yeah, I don't think any of these buildings are a great idea at the moment. I forgot to look at possible levies. 216, huh? I think I'll pass. I think I'll pass. Is there any really good mercenaries here? Not particularly, no. There's a bit of artillery. It's kind of overpriced. But I can't train artillery yet, so it's not a terrible idea. Actually, I think I can, but only in the capital. Let's see, you can train artillery, right? Well, your party's full, but... no, we actually don't have the ability to train artillery. So it's a thought. I think you're running mercenaries too, right? Yeah, so maybe that's just a better idea than nothing at all. That way, if we need to besiege anything, we can do it instantly rather than waiting a turn. And then what I wanted to do was train up the other hero. Let's see. No, I wanted to get this guy, the Glimma Master, who adds +3 attack and defense to the parent army, which is a really good ability. We're going to send him south to join our main force that's currently marching on the Abdanians, but he'll have to wait a turn to do that. You are currently stationed here until something happens. So I guess let's jump into the faction screen here. Nothing doing for any of you guys. You're 15. Nothing doing for you. You've got 130 influence. I should probably... yeah, let's secure his loyalty. Not that he's really a threat to us. He does have a full stack, but... wait. No, you're the one that we just sent in by yourself, right? You're the one up in the north with a partial stack. And he's the one just hanging out with the full stack. Got it. Let's see. How are our sons doing? 5 and 2. Okay. I think Wilherd here is going to be our heir unless he's a terrible character, in which case Wenna will be. But they're both legitimate sons, so I can pretty much take my pick. I'd rather go with the older one, especially since we're getting kind of up there ourselves. 30 years apart, so by the time he's old enough to make an heir, or at least to inherit, our king will probably be ancient. So, yeah. Alright, diplomacy time. How are we doing with the Alamans? Deteriorating, that's a shame. Not a lot I can do about it. At the moment, at least. The Caledonians, things are still improving slightly. So I don't know if I should let that ride or if I should throw some more cash at them. Let's kind of survey everything else first. Things are getting worse with the Danes. Getting worse with the Eastern Romans, not that that matters. The Abdanians still hate me. Frankish separatists still hate me. Well, the good news is if we decide to declare war on somebody, well, like, if somebody takes this from the Alamans, we end up at war with the Alamans for whatever reason, we can eventually liberate the Franks, so we can basically press the reset button on them as a faction. So that's kind of cool. We have that option now. You guys still exist, and we're still improving with you. You just lost your port, I guess. Or I think you lost, all your territory. So unless they take it back from the Romans, they're pretty much goners. The Gauls really, really hate me. I was thinking about maybe trying to subjugate them, but it might be difficult. We're already trying to subjugate 2 other factions, and it's not going particularly well. The Geats really, really hate me now. And that's bad because they're one of the more powerful factions in the game right now. And they have a lot of friends. Hispania, the group that willingly subjugated themselves to me, they're in pretty dire straits right now, thanks to the Abdanians, but we're trying to rescue them. Things are improving with them, so that's good. The Utes, things are falling off with them still as well because of their ties with the Geats. Can't really be helped. Ostrogoths, deteriorating there too. Man, we just do not have very many friends. That's still improving, so I'm just going to let it ride until it stops, and then I'll throw some money at them. But for now, all my money's going to the Caledonians. So go ahead and offer them another gift. And I wonder if we're hitting like diminishing returns with this. It kind of seems like it. But whatever, we have to do it. We have to get our relations around with them eventually. Okay, and I think that'll be the end of that turn. Alright, looks like we have another event that we're going to need to deal with. We've successfully secured loyalty for our general there. It's winter, so movement is going to be difficult for us. But in a couple of cases, we're going to have to just ignore it and do it anyways. And it looks like food is a bit of a problem because we're in winter. So, I mean, nothing we can really do. We're already working on the upgrade. Just have to wait for it to. Get there. All right, so we're up over 4, but things are going a bit slow. Once this kicks in, I think things will go a lot faster. So we have that to look forward to at least. Meanwhile, here they were moving along pretty well, but this turn, they're not doing quite as well, or it's not doing quite as well as it was last turn. But I think that's due to the time of year as well. Not seeing anything worth upgrading again. I think we're just gonna have to wait. You are gonna start hustling south as quickly as you can because I want you to join up with this army down here. I don't think we'll take winter attrition. I think we're in a warm enough climate where it won't matter. So let's take you out of forced march and we'll go ahead and besiege this. And hey, geez. I wish that was a bit more one-sided. I'm actually going to build a few things here just to see if on the next turn we maybe get better. Really? I've only got 5. Well, let's do the siege towers then. Maximize our spending. And we'll see if we get more on the next turn. But I want to build a couple of these and see if that tilts things a little bit in our favor. Because I'd like to minimize casualties here if I can. We've got a lot. A lot of fights ahead of us, and so the fewer casualties we take, the better. So let's continue with that. And then I was sending you south. You've leveled up. Let's go ahead and... Sure, do that. And I could honestly care less about the rest. Do this, I don't know. Continue marching. I need you in Hispania to start recruiting. It looks like the Abdanians have given up on attacking them for now, which is good. I was a bit concerned about us getting there in time to rescue them. He's taking a bit of attrition on the move, but whatever. Meanwhile, how was public order up here? 7-5, so things have balanced out a bit. You can kind of just hang out there, I guess. And let's peek at our recruits. What do we got? Some wood runners. And if we step across the border, what do we have? Celtic band. I think we're okay. We'll leave it there. So let's jump in here and take a look at this. I have a very special deal for you. Once in a lifetime offer for a piece of the true cross taken from Golgotha by St. Peter himself. Sure, buy the relic. It's probably fake, but whatever. Oh, wrong thing here. So you're right where you need to be. You can't go anywhere yet. You won't be going anywhere for a while, nor will you. And you're not quite there yet either. Your loyalty isn't where I'd really like it to be. So let's get that up a little bit as well. And you're still 15, 9, 5, 6 and 2. So he just had a birthday. And I think that's about all I can do right there. Meanwhile, we'll go into diplomacy. We'll probably throw some more money at the Caledonians. Doesn't seem to be helping. In fact, I don't think our relations are improving at all. Because I'm pretty sure it's been at 31 for a while. I'll do this one more time, but if it doesn't move, I think we're wasting our time. Or we will be wasting our time. Yeah, we'll see if it makes any difference at all. Things are still falling off of the Alamans too, which is concerning. And let's see, I don't think we're really making any new friends here. We might be in for a pretty rough endgame, which I'm actually okay with. The endgame gets a bit stale in Total War games, and so if this just turns into absolute chaos, I might be okay with that. Alright, well, I think we've got time for one more turn, so let's go ahead and advance. Oh, looks like somebody leveled up. My governor did. Okay. Well, I think we decided that we wanted to do this and then grab... Well, maybe not. I guess recruitment capacity wouldn't hurt. I'm not sure what I was looking for there. Let's reset that. And I think I'm going to do a point here for the additional food and then a point... I don't know if our corruption's that bad, to be honest. I should probably check, but I don't think it's that bad. That's not going to help him at all, but if I want to get to here, I need to get these eventually. That would give us a bit more morale for any troops we train, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's get rid of any corruption that might be happening here still. Alright, more disease, nothing new there. It looks like we have somebody trying to sneak their way into a office. He wants to be a companion. I'm going to do nothing and lose a little bit of control here. I don't think that'll kill us. Although, again, I'd rather lose dominion than control, but I don't think that can be helped. So we'll do nothing. Let it happen. And we bought what appears to be part of the true cross. It's sent to the pontificate to verify its authenticity. So we'll get a resolution on the next turn. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fake. And then apparently we failed our attempt to secure loyalty as well and lost some more control. Wow, that didn't go well for us. We've encountered the Italians who've broken away from the Romans. We'll have to see if they're friendly to us at all. Meanwhile, how are things doing here? Everything's a little bit better since it's not winter anymore and we actually have food. Public order's holding strong at 7. We got 1 turn until our small city is done. Otherwise, I don't think there's really anything happening for us here. We look to be probably 3 turns from having enough population surplus to build this, so that's not too bad. We'll probably get to it on the next episode then. Let's see, you're just hanging out here. You guys are doing what you need to be doing. You've got your orders, you've got your orders. Let's head down to here and see how this is working out for us. What are the Gauls doing here? You know what? I'm going to raise this to the ground. If you guys want to snatch it up, be my guest. So, unfortunately, it didn't really improve our odds. I'm going to auto-resolve this because I hate siege battles, and I feel like this one in particular is going to be a real pain in the ass. Although this is probably an instance where I could do better than the AI, so maybe I should save this one. Yeah, you know what? We'll fight this in the next episode. We don't have time to do it today, but that seems like one where I could do better than the AI. Because what they're fielding is not particularly great. So, right, I didn't have anything left over there. You're marching. You're marching. When I advance the turn, it'll move them automatically, so I don't need to worry about it. Let's jump into here. Make sure everything's where it needs to be. My concern is that with Hengist, by the time his time in office ends, he's not going to have enough influence to get reappointed. So we need to have him get some victories quickly. Obviously, he's about to get one with the siege, but he's got 3 turns left in his current station, and then we've got to reappoint him. So we need probably 2 victories before then to make sure he can go right back in. Although ideally, if we could get him up to rank 6, and that's possible because if he's got 2 victories by the time he needs to be reappointed, he might level up in those. Because I think, yeah, High Judge is definitely a better position. Same boost to earning influence, but this gives us integrity and lowers upkeep costs for all units in all forces, which is huge. This, on the other hand, just gives us +2 integrity for all forces. Oh, this is just for his force, but honestly, that's all that matters. And then +1 experience for all recruits, which, yeah, this is like objectively better. Anything else? No. Oh, she is 16. Fantastic. So I think as soon as she turns 18, we can start looking at potential matches. We're going to want somebody fairly young, and preferably I like to go with the governors. I like to marry governors into the family because their influence gain tends to be pretty consistent, whereas with the generals, as you can see with him, they tend to run hot and cold. If you're on campaign, they're gaining a bunch of influence. When you're not, they aren't gaining any. So the governors are more reliable to have around when you need influence to spend. Obviously, they don't gain it as fast as a general out on campaign, but they're far more consistent about it. So maybe Pega, who's a lord, that would be a pretty good character to bring in as a governor. And I could like assassinate Wine or something and get rid of him since he's a little bit too... I mean, I like having a really good governor. I'm just concerned that he may turn on us. He's not married, though. I could potentially marry him to her. And that wouldn't be a terrible idea. He's just a bit old. Yeah, that's a pretty huge age gap, but I might have to live with it. Alright. I think we'll jump into diplomacy now, and this will probably be the last thing we do today. Things are deteriorating with them, but not as much as they were before. Things are still not improving here. Why are they not improving? They've remained at 31 for a while. And I don't understand why. I'm not going to give them any money, and we'll see if it does anything. If it holds at 31, then I'm not sure what we can do. Meanwhile, let's see. You guys still have nothing. I'm surprised they haven't turned into nomads yet. Gaul. Not going to be doing anything with them. Maybe conquering them and turning them into puppets, but certainly not befriending them. They're just too far gone in that regard. Hispania continues to like us more and more, which is great. We'll see if we can get them to conquer into the Abdanian territory a little bit, because that will prevent any other faction from gobbling it up and getting stronger. So I think that'll work pretty well for us. Meanwhile, the Italians absolutely hate us. Why do they hate us? Just all the basic aversions, essentially. Huh. I could try to back them and help them conquer Italy, though. That'd be kind of interesting. But for now, I don't think there's any turning that around. Although, let's see. I could give them a small gift, and it's smaller than normal because we haven't offered them any gifts yet. So let's throw one their way, and we'll see if anything comes of it. Probably not, but you never know. They have no interest in trading with me, yeah. The Utes, still falling off, although a bit slower than everybody else. So that's fallen off too. The Picts, we're still going up, just very slowly. Man, it is rough out here. Alright, well, that's where we're going to end it for today. In the next episode, we'll pick up with this battle against the Abdanians here, and then continue to just sort of try to, you know, wipe out their territory and strengthen our puppets so that, you know, they can help us in whatever wars are to come. It looks like we'll probably end up with one against the Geats fairly soon, because they just really don't like everything I'm up to at the moment. And things are hanging in there with the Alamans for now, but it sort of seemed like our relationship with them might sour, and that would be like a pretty good endgame boss for us if they were able to conquer a lot of Western Europe and then you know, eventually turn on us. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.